to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com.
Welcome to the Life in Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike Fee.
And this your coach, Colin Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
Top-notch coaches all around the world. Top-notch coaches all around the world. Today, we with the legend, the Quincy Florida legend, Donny Young. This is a name that y'all done heard in podcast episode we done did with Coach Andy Gay. Y'all heard him say he one of the best players he done ever coached. Y'all also heard with Brian Smith, Big Smitty, he bought up Donny Young's name. Mickey Baker, he bought up Donny Young's name.
Willie Simmons did it on Twitter.
Willie Simmons on Twitter, he said Donny Young was one of the best players he ever played with. He put it on Twitter, he posted it, and he wrote a little bit about it. Mm-hmm. Y'all.
And the stamp on there.
I'm talking about a certified stamp. Nah, he coaching that Monroe right now. He coaching linebacker. But when I tell y'all, Donny Young so special to me. See, I'm younger than Donny. So I was watching him. And when I was in middle school, I went to Carter Pammo Middle School. He was at James A. Shanks High School. I remember when Donny Young wore number 35. And he was a ball. I'll never forget. They was at a game. I used to always go to the Shanks game. As a young kid, see, to me, football was love. So I had a passion for it young. I'm talking about real young. I had a passion. So my mama just had that drop. She'll just drop me off at the stadium, and boom, she'll go by her way. She know I'm good, cause I'm locked in. So I'm watching the game. Donny Young with that number 35. They were playing Leon High School. It was a home game. The man scoring touchdowns. He making tackle. I'm telling y'all, man, he was looking so good. And then this is the special thing about it. Then when Shanks had just got them Clemson looking uniform. And I remember they had the pole on the helmet. And I wanted to be just like, I was like, oh, who is this? And turn around, he wore that number 1. The reason why I wore number 1 in high school was cause of 2 people. Donny Young and Sam Cowell from Florida State. Donny Young had that number 1. He got a twin brother named Danny Young too. I actually played with him. But Donny Young, to me, he just a legend, man. I'm talking about, man, he was a linebacker who returned a kick for a touchdown in a playoff game against Jacksonville Rain.
And
a linebacker.
Had NFL players all over the field.
I'm telling you, man, he used to wear, let me give y'all the description. Donny Young, he used to wear a little do-rag, like a little skull rag. Like, you know, the little bandana, how the people be wearing. But he used to wear like an orange and black. That I know this so good because I was almost studying this man. I was watching him all the time. He don't even know. Sometimes I would come down to the practice and just look at him. Like he was my main focus. Like a lot of people want to be running backs. The quarterback. Now I ain't gonna lie, Willie Simmons, he had my eye too. You know, he was the big dog out there. But everybody else talking about Ray. I'm talking about Donny Young, number 1 linebacker. That was his number.
And you don't wear number 1 unless you that boy.
You don't wear that number 1 unless you that dog. And all Quincy, Florida know about him. He a Quincy, Florida legend, Gaston County legend, James A. Shanks legend, high school football legend. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and let C-Mo bring him on.
Coach Young, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm going great. Thank you guys for having me on this morning. You know, I feel honored. And man, I've been following y'all for a little bit, you know, and just amazing to see, you know, somebody from my hometown, Michael Figures, you know, doing big things, and I'm proud of you, man. You know, not knowing that, you know, what you are saying, never knew that you looked up to me, but I feel honored to know that you did, because Michael Figure, when I was in school, you know, I got word from back home that it was a Michael Figures coming up playing linebacker. And, one thing that I wanted to know, who is Michael Figures? And so my next time I came home, I came to a game because I wanted to know who was Michael Figures.
Right.
And then, because, they told me the report that I received was, man, this guy play like you. He's good, man. I'm telling you, he's good. You need to check him out. So I wanted to see who this Michael Figure was.
Yeah.
And when I watched you play, I was like, dang, the kid is good.
Yeah.
So I'm not the only good linebacker that came from Quincy, Florida, and honestly, to be able to, and most people eyesight to stand out amongst the linebacker crew that I actually played on the field with, what I'm saying? That's just a even greater of an honor, to be able to stand out amongst them. Because, with Michael Jackson, another Michael,
There's some names right now.
and Michael and Michael Everett, so it's something about those Michaels, because I believe that our senior year, my senior year, all three linebackers, we exceeded 100 tackles. Each one of us, we exceeded 100 tackles.
Going to the secondary.
So, yeah, that was my mentality on the field. I was a ball hog. I don't know. I just, that was my lunch. Tackles was my lunch. And I just felt like I had to get every tackle, right. And I tried to get every tackle. And the same thing I'm trying to instill in my linebackers that I have and that I'm privileged to coach now. I told them you got to be hungry, But I am certainly thankful for being on your show this morning.
Now, with you doing everything that you have, and now you get to bring it back, like you said, in return to coach the players. Do they actually know who you are and know the stuff that he would know? And because that would make me play harder, and that would make me understand, okay, he been there, done that. Because I used to look at my coach like, man, this boy couldn't have played. Man, I outdo him. But they could probably look at you and see, boy, that boy still get out here and do it. So how do you get to just bring that to him, knowing that you did it at the highest level?
Right. So, a lot of time, every head coach that I have played for, they normally would after practice speech or something, will acknowledge all the coaches that have played college ball, and they would let them know that I went to Troy. So therefore, I believe that bring a level of respect within itself. Now, what really, and I do have the respect of my players. But I think what helps me is when the local fans start coming around. They come to the game, they see me on the sideline, and then they come to a practice. And when they come to the practice, they start, bringing back, going back in the day. So, man, Donny Young was this, Donny Young was that. He used to wear the face paint on their faces and all that, and they will say some good things about me.
Right.
And so you can see the kids' eyes like, man, he was like that.
Yeah, because you want to play with that.
So I do agree that just for them hearing that from just fans, fan that was there watching me play as a player, but now they are here supporting me and the team that I'm coaching for as a coach. And and they would talk about this stuff, and I tell them, I said, well, I said, there you go. I don't brag on myself, or I don't try to say I would this, that, and the other, but it do bless my heart when I do hear other people, speak of, saying pretty much my past of when I played for Shanks and what I really meant to the team, because when I got serious about football, and that's one thing, and a lot of people don't understand that I really didn't care anything about football. I thought I was a straight baseball player. Right. That's all I wanted to do, play baseball. I'll go out there on the football field, but as soon as fall baseball come around, I quit. And I'll go out there. I did that my freshman year. But at the same time, my twin brother played, and he was pretty good for him. But then he got into some trouble and was sent to an all-boys school. And so automatically they figured, well, if his twin was good, he got to be good too. Right. So they came and pretty much taught me into coming out there on the field. And I still didn't like it that much. Yeah. So they even actually tried to put me at nose guard, because that's where my brother played at. And, and I'm like, man, this ain't working out for me. Right. Every time, I'm finding myself on the ground with somebody on top of me. This not my cup of tea, And then I said, listen, I want to play linebacker, And eventually they put me at linebacker, and I was running around making plays. So I was like, man, I like this, And I started to get more and more of a love for the game, and and then you had people like Coach Smith. Ricky Smith, he will always hype me up. Man, I'm sitting here saying, I didn't do all that. Just so when in film study, he'll just say, y'all, everybody just look at this kid right here. Yeah. He would get a scholarship just to run down on the kickoff team and make plays. 'Cause look at him, every play, he's the first one down. He's the first one down. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, and I don't know. One thing led to another. I just got a love for the game, and at that point, that's all I wanted to do.
So you ran out there full speed on them kickoffs?
Full speed on kickoffs.
See, I ain't never liked people that come down there running like that, boy. I already know they finna lay that wood.
Let me jump in here, man. See, Donny's so humble, man. He's so humble. Like,
no, that's a good thing.
That's good, but this man was a baller, man. When I tell y'all, man,
knock your head off.
See, y'all hear him talking about the kickoff team. He went to Troy, and he was known for running down at this college now. He went to Troy. He was known even at Troy for running down, knocking off head at Troy.
What was your reason of doing it, though? What made you lock in and say, I'm finna fly down here and... Because that's a different mentality, man.
Honestly, I guess you can say I was selfish.
Yeah.
I wanted all the tackles.
Dang, boy, you weren't playing.
And I figured, most people take special teams off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless you return, man, it's going to benefit you.
Some of them still take the plays off. Yeah. The ones that blocking for the return guy, they take plays off. And that's one thing I try to encourage them not to take, because special team can win or lose games as well. It can change the dynamics of a game. So I try to encourage them to do everything they can. But with me, I figured, if I run down on kickoff team 4 times in a game, that's 4 tackles. That's 4 extra tackles that gonna go on top of the tackles that I'm gonna get playing. I just wanted tackles, And I remember we were playing our conference, championship game at Troy, and we fell behind. And so on we scored, but we were still behind. And I remember our head coach, Coach Bladen, came to me, looking me dead in my eyes. We need the ball back. We need the ball back. And I just felt, that just made me feel so good, because they had confidence that I can go down there and maybe I can get the, and I don't know if it was just God way of doing things, but I ran down there and I caused a fumble. And we got the ball back and we scored, and that was the deciding factor of that championship game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel honored to know that I took part, as a freshman, bringing that conference title back to Troy. So yeah. But yeah, football was a blessing in my life. It was a turning point in my life once I got serious about it. And when one of the messages that we preach, that football can save your life, and football saved my life. Right. I was out there fighting and doing all this foolish stuff, but once I got serious with football, and the coaches started to pour into me, making me believe that it's more than for me than Quincy, Florida, that I had the opportunity to go to college. I never thought about college, never thought I could go to college, but they made me believe that. Coach Smith and Coach Gay, they made me believe these things, and it turned out to be true. They what they told me turned out to be true. So that helped me. And even players like I do, how I remember one time, because Michael can tell you, but we used to. When your neighborhood fight, everybody, everybody from that neighborhood better go fight. Mm-hmm. And I remember, St. John, I'm from St. John, they was involved in the fight, and I got whiffed up. I was at practice. So as soon as I heard it, I took out the locker room, I was heading to the fight. Yeah. But it was Abdul Howard just tackled me, grabbed me, and would not let me go. I mean, he would not let me go. He said, bro, I know you're going to be mad, but I can't do it. Yeah, I cannot let you go. You got too much going for yourself. And it's just so small things like that. It means so much. Right. That was a player, what I'm saying? That was my teammate. He cared enough about me. And a lot of people, if I would have said that to some people back then, they would have got out my way. Right. You know what I'm saying? But all went with you. All went with me, but he did not get out my way. He held on to me. I even think I shared a tear, but because I was so mad. But, that was a turning point. That was a turning point in my life, what I'm saying? But I am truly blessed, everything that I was able to accomplish. But I didn't get there on my own, but I had people to believe in me. And that's so important, to have people to believe in. My father figures was not of my color. You know what I'm saying? My father figures was Coach Andy Gay. You know what I'm saying? A Coach Gregory Claiborne, my football and my baseball coach. Now you got to think both of them was white families, But when I tell you they took me under their wing, they allowed me to be a part of their family. You know what I'm saying? Kim Gay, I call her mom. She accept that, and she called me son. That means so much. And at that time, and all of them had little small children. Coach Greg Claiborne, baseball coach. He would sell candy and stuff in his classroom all year long just to raise money. Right. To send us to baseball camp. Otherwise, we would have never went to a baseball camp, Florida State camp. He sent us there. Right. And during that weekend, he would have us to come stay at his house. Just think about that. Some black boys staying and they had small children, right. But they didn't care about that. It was all love, and they made us a part of that family. Right. And sometimes, love will take you places where anything else cannot take you. So that meant a lot to this day. I'm telling you, I don't forget anything. I owe them a lot, and I remember, and that's why I wanted to pay it forward. That's why I got into coaching. So I can make an impact on somebody's life. Right. Just like my coaches made on my life. Yeah.
Man, Donny, I'm so proud of you, man. Just listening to you. And one thing about Donny Young, when I'm talking about legend, I forgot to mention the players he played with, because their whole team was good now. The whole team. And the defense was amazing. And to be honest, I don't know how I just ended up being a defensive person. I don't know, my mom had birthed me like that. I don't know what, I just gravitated to it. Michael Jackson, he played linebacker with him. Michael Avery, he played linebacker with him. And just being around them guys, because I was able to be around them a few times. And y'all can believe it or not, but I feel like I was around celebrities. I really did, man. I used to be happy being around. They didn't even really know, but I used to be so happy being around them. God bless his dead, Charles Harper, Richard Frost. These boys, they really was idols to me. And I remember looking at them like, that's going to be me one day. In middle school, I'm looking like, that's going to be me. Donny, how was it being a part of that team? Like, y'all had an amazing team from top to bottom.
We did. We had a lot of great players on that game and on that team. And, yeah, I can't remember. I think we, every senior we had, I think, signed that year. Y'all did? And went somewhere. We was tight. And And, you know, so it was just really truly a blessing just playing with those guys, you know, going out there to battle every Friday night. You know, I respected them, they respected me, you know, and I'm telling you, it's all about intensity too, you know, and everybody brought the same level of intensity. You know, you got people like Mike, and I really think it was Michael Jackson that started that face painting thing. I can't remember, you know, but I know the 3 linebackers out there, we was painting up every you know, we were ready to go to war. You know, everybody, you know, love to say, you know, they soldiers and all that. We consider ourselves as warriors. Yeah. You know, and we tried to bring that type of mentality out there each and every Friday night. And you know, I was just great. It's just great to accomplish. We accomplished some good things that year. You know, and we won the district championship, first time in 30 some odd years, I believe. And you know, but you know, even with a team full of good players, you know, you got to have good coaches, and we had some great coaches that we truly believe that cared for us and loved on us. You know, and that means a lot. And I realized that more as a coach. You know, if you show a kid that you love him and you truly care for him, he will go out there and play just that much harder for you and give you a little bit more on that football field. So yeah, it was truly, you know, I look back and realize that, you know, we did have a lot of good guys, good players, and then to see Coach Willie Simmons go off to do the things he have done, Coach Ellie Jackson, to play the coach on a collegiate level, and successful. You know, so the success that started back in 1998, you know, you can tell that it continued through their collegiate football as players and even now as coaches. So, you know, I'm gas and counting proud. I'm always proud of the things that people from little Gaston County. You know, most people will say that nothing good come from Gaston County, but we have a record of a lot of good stuff coming from out of Gaston County, and you know, and I just, you know, I'm their number one fan. Every time I see them go off to do something good, I'm their number one fan. You know, even you, Mike, I'm your number one fan. You know, this is a great thing that you're doing, and I bless God for giving you that vision to start something like that. Now, you know, you can always keep a piece of football in your life. Yeah. You know, so that's awesome, Mike. I keep doing what you're doing. But.
And the last thing, now y'all know I be asking that question every podcast when I got somebody.
Don't do it, Joe. Ain't too hard.
No. He gotta get it. He gotta get it too. No, yeah, you know that big bro. I look up to him, but he gotta get served. I gotta serve him, y'all.
Telling your whole squad.
No. We gotta cause see Coach Gay. He tried to jump out of there too. What I for the had Coach Gay. Coach Gay tried to jump out of there too. So. I'm going to ask you, Donny Young, not to take your time, but what's your Quincy top 5 players of all time? Now, this do be starting controversy because, you know, we'll hear little stuff.
It is because, you know, and I can see where it would be an issue. I mean, it's so much great talent that came out of Gaston County. But of course, I mean, you know, did because he went on and did so much after high school, you know, his collegiate, then his professional career. You know, he will always go down as the greatest that ever came out of Gaston County. And then, you know, when you start thinking about, you know, and as I got older, I started hearing about other legends way before my time. You know, that came up and played and how good it was, you know, Ricky Smith and all of those. I mean, it's hard, you know, but you know, really the only person that only people that I can really speak for is one that I was abreast to, that I had knowledge of playing for. But, you know, Willie Simmons got to go down as one of the, you know, best quarterbacks, you know, and I think ideally, you know, it's good to break the top 5 down as, you know, as positions go. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of people don't think Smitty was that dog on the offensive line. Cabu was a dog on the offensive line. Ellie Jackson, So I really don't want to get into that either, and although a lot of people acknowledge me as a good all-around player or a good linebacker, I can't negate the fact that I had 2 more 100, over 100 tackles a year linebackers that I played with, and as Jamal Ho always tell me that I was only successful because of his success. What I'm saying? He said he held the balls off so I can run around and make plays. Yeah. So I have to, I don't know, Mike. You gonna have to, and then they said I had a little Donny Young coming up in Michael Figures. Yeah. So I don't know. You gonna have to give me a pass on that. We just got too many players because a lot of people didn't mention a Deontay Fad.
Well, no, his name came up.
Really, and because Deontay.
Oh no, remember Coach Brown said his name. Yeah. Tim Brown said his name.
And, Deontay Fad. A lot of people know Dakota Fad, and he was good too because of he going to Florida State doing some good thing. But if you ask Dakota, he'll say my brother was better than me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I done seen Deontay, man, in practice one day. I thought I was finna come and knock Deontay out. Yeah. He see me and gave me a stiff, and a lot of people don't talk about that. Yeah. That joke gave me a mean stiff on.
Got you right about
I wanted to fight. But see, that was the talent that them Fads had. Yeah. But yeah, man, Gas kind of was just blessed with having a lot of great players to come through.
I like that what you just did. Hold on, give me somebody else like that. You think somebody that they may not recognize who were good like a Deontay Fad, but name don't get bought up a lot.
Ronnie Thomas, a Vashon Harris, a Leron Brown. A lot of people, I don't hear nobody talk about a Micah Kuntz. Woo! You should see man, listen, I was a young boy and watching a Micah Kuntz run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man, he had a swag with his runs. Yeah. And he could, Micah Kuntz was good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know about who Pop. You know what I'm saying? Pop was from Quincy. Yeah. He was at Troy when I got there. I'm trying to think of Pop's real name. But I get that name to you. But he still, Pop. But you think about it, Stan James. People don't. You start thinking about these names. We had some good players out there. That normally probably won't get the recognition. Joe Frank came and became a factor my senior year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He became a fullback, so that gave me a break on the offensive side of the ball, and he handled his business. But yeah, it's that's why you don't want to getting caught up in name calling, because we really don't want to look over nobody, because everybody that play they part into the success of any team. And you think, but I used to call my Donnell Brown, Little Peter Ward. Yeah. A lot like that. Yeah. He had number 9, and I'm telling you, on punt return, a lot of people don't understand. Donnell returned a whole bunch of punts back for touchdown. Although some of them got called back because of clipping, holding, or something like that. But he was smooth like that. I think he started calling himself D Smooth, because he was smooth when he was running the ball. But yeah, we was Gas kind of was loaded with talent. And we have a lot of people from Gas County that went on and went to school, college, and that some people don't know. Right. But yeah, we was loaded.
Man, I'm so happy you came today, Donny. And y'all just gotta understand that, blessings come from small things, and they come in small packages. And a lot of the names for all the people from Quincy and Gaston County, if you want to know true legends, go back and listen to all the episodes. It's amazing. These same names keep coming, but people don't really put them in the top 5, but it's these same names will come up. And I wish a lot of these guys would know, like, in a lot of people's eyes, y'all seen as legends forever, and because people still speak on your name. Ronnie Thomas is one of the names that always come up. Deontay Fant, Donny Young, his name always come up. And of course, Destin Jackson. Y'all always hear them two names. Destin Jackson, Willie Simmons. Them boys, them two names, they be the first two names all the time. But, it's other guys he talked about, Allen Jackson, Donnell Brown. I ain't thinking about Donnell. He right. And I just got to say one more name that I got to put out there too. And I know Donnie feel the same way. Beatty Woods. Big Shaw Woods. And he was one of the first offensive guys other than that guy. And I didn't see it till later, who played with the Chicago Bears. But Beatty Woods was one of the first offensive linemen I seen run the ball in a real game. Yes. I seen it in a real game. So, I just got to give a shout out to all them guys who went before me. And it's almost like you got to give these people their flowers, as they say, because they paved the way for me. That's why I cherish them so much. And I remember all their names. I remember the jersey numbers and all. And y'all, a lot of y'all young kids, y'all got to have respect for people. And not saying y'all being disrespectful, but you got to pay attention to them older guys, and show love to them. And I remember Charles Harper, he came back one day and spent the whole practice with me. And he was telling me, because I used to be running, trying to just run and be knocking everything. He was like, man, you got to slow the line. That ain't gonna do it all the time. But, I still, thank him for doing that, he passed away now, but I appreciate him for coming and stepping in and spending that whole practice. And he critiqued me after practice. It made me feel bad a little bit, but I look at it, he was telling me the truth. He was helping me. And he was at Clemson. He didn't even have to do that. And I just want to thank God for all them guys. Thank God for Donny Young and the things he doing right now to this day. He helping the youth. He done been and played college ball at Troy. He done did it at Shanks High School. He a Quincy Florida legend. His name gonna always forever come up. And he always like one of my top 5 players. I don't care who he is or who, that just in my heart. I just feel. From what I see and the things he doing right now, I'm still proud of him to this day. So I'm going to leave y'all how I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. This is Life in Football Podcast. Catch you next time.
This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.